Hey, it's your main lich, Corpsey Clown. Tonight I'm making a Leviathan for someone I care about very much. It was like pulling teeth with only your bare hand to find out what to make them. Mysterious emo. Now let's dive on in. I need to be executed. First things first, I built the skeleton using aluminum foil. It keeps the sculpture lightweight and saves clay. The bowl you see in the background ended up being useless. I was going to put the Leviathan in it kinda like a sad fishbowl, but he didn't fit in the end. I'll just use the bowl for a different art project. Don't make fun of me for the Hello Kitty duct tape. Once I get the foil base in a pose I like, I start adding sculpey clay in thin layers. As I add strips of clay, I smooth them out. Here I create wire bases for the hands. Hands are always such a pain. I attached the hands and smoothed them into the arm. It sucked. Hands are great. Very useful. But are not fun to sculpt or draw. But hey, you got to hand it to me. I didn't do horrible. Ha ha! Next is the face. Gotta give him some nice big eye holes for his big fish eyes. I gave him a beak-like mouth inspired by sea turtles. I wanted to give him a jaw that could crush a ship. I had his big fish eyes, then cheekbones to add depth to his face. I gave him angry bro bones. Wanna know what he's angry about? Ocean pollution. Wanna know what I'm angry about? How long this took? Of course, I had to give him a lower jaw because how else would he crush things? Besides his hands, I guess. I used a Hello Kitty toothbrush to give his tongue some texture. I really like how his beak on his lower jaw turned out. I smoothed out the clay for the last time and began making his tiny little teeth. Next, I made a texture stamp. I had to remake it a few times till I was happy with the fish scale stamp. I baked the teeth and stamp to make working on the rest of the Leviathan not as horrible. Look at all those scales. If I didn't make the stamp, I would have lost my shit. Or at least more of my shit. I lost some of it already. The teeth were a bit difficult because of how small they are. But hey, I like playing orthodontist. For the fins, I used an old hard-to-use translucent clay. It's a few years old, so I had to use baby oil to kinder revive it. Even with the baby oil, it still was a little bit crumbly and would rip every chance it got. I'm very glad it's over. Also, why is it called baby oil? What's it made out of? It's not made from infants, right? And then there's virgin olive oil and normal olive oil. Did someone fuck the olive oil? Gross. Or are they trying to say virgin olive oil is pure? Just say pure, y'all. Weirdos. Virgin implies something very different. So many fins. And of course fin tails. Even though it was emotionally painful, I'm really happy with how it turned out. The fins at the bottom of the figure stuck to the desk. I had to very carefully scrape it off. Thankfully, everything went to send. After I bake the big fish, I paint him black to bring out all the details. Then whiten parts that have lighter colors. Then I start dry brush painting him beautiful ocean greens and blues. I love his gradients. I think painting him was my favorite part of making him. I almost didn't want to give it to the person I made it for. I just realized something. The Shape of Water movie took sleeping with the fishes to a whole new level. Ha ha! What am I supposed to be doing again? Oh yeah. I used a normal green acrylic paint and then blended it into this really cool glow-in-the-dark paint. I layered the glow-in-the-dark paint multiple times to make sure I got a good glow. I did the same with the eyes, but before I paint the eyes, I paint the beak and teeth. I had to go back to the hands because I missed a few spots. Then back to the beak for the last time. Ha ha, psych! After adding more glow to his eyes and painting his gills, I go back to the beak after checking his glow. Just to be extra, I dry brush the scales with a shimmery paint and I love it. I think it makes him look fresh out of the water. And who doesn't like shiny things? Probably people who have an attention. I do not. The person I'm making him for wanted him to be a bit bloody. So of course, I splattered some juicy blood on his beak. I saw someone use poster glue mixed with food dye to create dripping blood. So I did the same but with dark red paint. It only worked well twice though, so next time I'll probably use food dye like recommended. Last of all, I cover him with Mod Podge to protect the paint and make him look slimy. And he's done. Look at how handsome he is. He's so pretty. I'm so happy with how he turned out, and he glows beautifully. Well, I hope the person I made him for really likes him. Thanks for watching.